Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 4 of history, tribals, decos and the vision of a golden age. In this chapter we'll study about some revolts and movements against the British in the local areas or in the areas of tribal people. As the name you can understand, tribals. Tribals are the people who live in the forest. In the previous class you studied about Adivasis. So Adivasis can be considered tribal people in northeastern areas of India and in central part, Chota Nagpur Plateau region, etc. Decos. Here decos, this word is used for the outsiders, especially for the British people or the foreigners. And the vision of a golden age. So in this chapter we'll study about something more regarding tribals, decos, etc. and their policies. Right? First of all, see this statement. अब राज सेटर जाना, महारानी राज टुंडू जाना. It means here let the kingdom of Queen. Here the meaning of Queen means the British rule. Let the kingdom of Queen be ended and our kingdom be starting. Right? This statement was given by Birsa Munda. So we are starting the chapter with the statement of Birsa Munda. With this statement you can understand that the thinking of Birsa Munda was against the British rule. He was completely against the policies of the foreign or the decos or so-called the British people. Understand? So with this statement we can understand easily. Who was Birsa Munda? You might listen the name of Birsa Munda and you might be familiar with Birsa Munda's name, right? Birsa Munda was born on 15th November 1875 in Ulihato. At that time Ulihato, now it is in Jharkhand, but at that time it was in Bengal Presidency. Right? He was born near Ranchi, Ulihato on 15 November 1875 in Bengal Presidency. Today this area is located in Jharkhand. And he died on 9th June 1900 in Ranchi prison. Right? Only at the age of 24 years. But in this short span of life, he revolted against the British and he led very big movement in this area, Chota Nagpur Plateau region, that is known as Chota Nagpur region. In this region, he led a movement. The people were becoming big followers of Birsa Munda. He was considered as the representative of God, and he himself used to say that I have been sent by God to solve all kinds of problems of my people, right? To make them free from slavery, right? By the British people, because British were exploiting the tribal people, so he wanted to make them free from the slavery of the British. In the same way, he also was considered with some supernatural power. The people used to think that Birsa Munda had supernatural powers. He had miracles and he could cure all kinds of diseases. He could solve all kinds of problems of the people. So in this way, people had very good faith in Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda was fighting against the British government and he was the great Indian freedom fighter, tribal freedom fighter, because he used to live in tribal area and he belonged to Munda tribe, right? Not only the people of Munda tribe became his followers, but other also like Orons, Santals, etc. These tribal people also became his followers. So against what policies, against what things Birsa Munda was fighting, and the people became his follower? Why they were not happy with the policies of the British government, policies of the Dikos, and what problems they were facing, and what kind of trouble was means explained by Birsa Munda, due to which he had to start a movement, right? So all kinds of these questions should be means answered only after the study of this chapter in detail. So let's start. First of all, we will know about these communities, right? These tribal people, that where they used to live and how they lived, what were their activities they used to do for livelihood, right? So let's start. So the topic is, how did tribal groups live? As we have discussed that tribal people used to live in the forest and they were completely dependent on forest. Forests were like their homes. They used to do all kinds of activities, all kinds of means earning livelihood, spending whole life in the forest. So forest were their homes, and what kind of things, what kind of activities they used to do for livelihood? First is jhum cultivators. So many people were jhum cultivators. Tribal people used to do this activity. Jhum cultivators means they used to do the jhum cultivation, especially northeastern regions of our country, and in Chota Nagpur region, Jharkhand, Odisha, Bengal, Bihar, etc. In this region, jhum cultivation was done by the tribal people. How this cultivation was done? It was also known as shifting cultivation. What is shifting cultivation? In this cultivation, first of all, they used to cut the tree tops, right? Tree tops, so that sunlight or sun rays could come on the earth for the nurturing of the crops. They used to cut the plants and trees, and they used to clean the land, right, by using some fertilizers, and they scattered the seeds on the land, and after that growing crops, after harvesting it, they used to leave it as fallow. Fallow means the land was left without cultivation for some years, so that land or soil could again gain the fertility. Understand? So in this way, shifting cultivation was very important activity, agriculture by tribal people. So in this way, some of the tribal people were jhum cultivators. After that, hunters and gatherers. Some of the tribal people used to do the hunting and gathering. They used to kill the animals, right, and used to eat them. They used to take their skins and sold in the different kinds of markets, supplying them to the market. So this also was done by the tribal people. And the gatherers, they also were very skilled gatherers because from the forest they used to collect different kinds of commodities, clear, like fruits and roots and other medicinal plants, and so many commodities found in the forest they used to collect, and then they used to supply to the needy people. In this way they used to earn the livelihood, clear. So hunters and gatherers means it was the main community in these kinds of areas in the tribal regions. Next one is they herded animals. Many communities used to rear animals or herd animals. Many other communities were there. For example, Mundas, Santals, Orons, etc. These were the communities which herded animals, or rearing animals was the main profession of those tribal people. Some other example you can take like Gaddi Shepherds in Himachal Pradesh, Gujjar Bakarwals in Jammu and Kashmir, and Labadis in Andhra Pradesh. These kinds of activities also at that time used to do this activity, herding animals and rearing animals. Next one is settled cultivation. Some of the communities were settled cultivators. Clear? For example, Gonds and Mundas also. Many people in Munda community, the people were settled cultivators, right? Because they settled at one place, then they started cultivation with the help of some techniques and the equipments they used to have at their homes. So in this way these tribal people settled at one place, and after that they started cultivation. So these people were known as settled cultivators. So dear students, in this way we have discussed that how did tribal groups live. Clear? So they used to do the cultivation, shifting cultivation. It is also known as different names in India. For example, Dhya in central India, Penda, Kumri, Bewar, different names are there of shifting cultivation. Jhum is the name of shifting cultivation, especially in northeast of India. It means especially in Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. It is known as Jhum cultivation. And I have explained here that how Jhum cultivation is done. First of all, forest is cleared. Clear? After that, seeds are scattered there. And then after cropping, they harvested the crop and they left the area. Again they used to select new area. In this way they used to shift the area for agriculture, for cultivation. So it was known as shifting cultivation. Hunters and gatherers, we have discussed about it, that the people used to hunt the animals and used to gather the different kinds of commodities from the forest, and they used to supply to the needy people. In this way they earned their livelihood. After that they also reared animals and herded animals. Different communities we are talking about, other communities also in India. And after that some communities settled there and then they started cultivation. They were known as settled cultivators. So in this video these topics we have covered. If you have any doubt, you can ask me by writing in comment box. In the next video we will start the next topic of this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.